Something's not quite right. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm sorry it's been so long. Today I want to talk to you about Lightroom presets and how I edit my images. So it's been a while since I posted a video, and there's a good reason for that. Me and a good buddy of mine, we went all the way up to the Isle of Skye, spent a couple of days there just purely for taking photos. We've got the drones packed, we've got all the cameras packed. Took a massive road trip, 14-hour drive all the way to the Isle of Skye. Stopped off in Glasgow for the night, and on the way back we stopped in the Peak District for a night, and then drove all the way back home via the photography show. So if you went, I hope you had a good time. If you didn't, you missed out, not only on some great talks but also some awesome bargains. So today I really want to talk about Lightroom presets. Now, I'm sure you've seen lots of people trying to push Lightroom presets, trying to sell their own Lightroom presets. Now, I'm going to join the bandwagon, but there's a good reason for that. So my Instagram account kind of exploded recently over the time period from when I went to Scotland and posted some content from Scotland. Now, I really wanted to video the road trip to Scotland. In fact, I took all my gear with me to video Scotland, but I kind of found myself really motivated just to purely stay behind the camera and just take stills. Now, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, it would have been really nice to have some video footage to share, but also I really wanted to take the time to sort of unwind and just really relax and enjoy the moment taking photos with my friends. So it's definitely some of my favourite work. I really enjoyed the whole trip. I wouldn't change it for the world, and I'd highly recommend checking out the Isle of Skye if you ever get a chance or an opportunity or a free weekend. Definitely hit up the Isle of Skye. It's insane. It's like an alien world. The scenery, the landscape is just so intense. It's so worth a visit. Lightroom presets. Why do I use Lightroom presets? It speeds up my workflow. It keeps my colours consistent throughout my images, especially when I'm editing, say, a wedding. It's a really good reason to keep your colours and your tones consistent throughout the whole wedding. Otherwise it can be a little bit distracting. It can not flow as well as it should do, and that's another reason why I haven't posted a video in a while. I had a wedding this Saturday and I had a wedding the Friday before that, so been a bit crazy with them. I really need to get on and edit those as well, so I probably really should be editing those rather than posting a new video, but I've missed you guys, so yeah, here I am. So while I was away in Scotland, I was posting content pretty much every day. I was doing live videos on Facebook, I was doing live videos on Instagram, and that brought a lot of attention to my feed, and my followers went from about 800 to nearly 2,000. Although over the last couple of weeks where my content has slowed down, I've lost a lot of those followers. But it's not about followers for me, it's about telling a story to the people that are interested in photography and showing what I get up to on a daily basis, and it keeps me motivated to get behind a camera, to take a photo, to put some content out there as much as possible. So that's why I love Instagram. It keeps me motivated, and I get to see lots of other people's work and be inspired as well. So hopefully my work also inspires and keeps people motivated. I've had a lot of messages while I was out in Scotland, a lot of questions asking what gear I use, what camera I'm shooting, what drone I'm shooting with, and what I use to edit. So the main camera that I use to shoot my stills is, you've seen in my gear videos, which is the 5D Mark III. I normally shoot with the Sigma A 35mm lens on there as well. It's a great lens, great body. I love this. It's my absolute workhorse. And for the drone, it's packed away, so I'm not going to go grab it, but I use the MavicPro with the DJI ND filters on there as well. That's the gear that I took to Scotland with me, along with the video gear that I didn't use. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to throw you into Lightroom on the Mac, and I'm going to walk through one of my portrait sessions that I did with Sam, a really talented model, just before I went to Scotland, and then we'll edit a few images that I took in Scotland with the drone and show you what my presets can do and why you should purchase them. And I'll leave a link below to the site where you can buy my presets. At the moment there's 3 on there. There's portraits, which contains some brushes for softening the skin and emphasizing hair and lashes, with also some color grading presets in there as well. There's a drone preset and there's my Scotland pack preset. So yeah, definitely check them out. They're really cheap. I think they're about £2. I might even put them on sale. So yeah, really cheap. I've seen some crazy presets recently on sale for like £100 for 3. I'm selling like 3 in packs of 8 for like £2.50. So it's an absolute bargain. You plug them into Lightroom really quickly. You just install them. They appear on your menu and on your sidebar. You can grab them, chuck them on your images, and just give those nice colors an extra lift. Anyway, let's go into Lightroom. Okay, so we've imported all of our images into Lightroom. This is the shoot with Sam I was talking about. So I've selected my images that I want to edit. As you can see, it's quite washed out and the colour's just not punchy enough. I've got some smoke going on here in the image, so I really want to emphasise that. So I know the one preset that I'm going to use that's definitely going to push this image right out on the screen. So if you come down to the left hand side, if you've got any presets already installed, Lightroom does come with some standard presets that you can install, but as you can see, I've got quite a few presets that I've either brought or I've made myself. So if you come right down to the bottom, here are my presets that you can find on sale, and we're going to come down to the warm with grain. Now I don't want any grain in this image, so I can come down on the right hand side and turn this grain right down. That brings that sharpness right back into the image, and as you can see, it's really punchy now, really nice strong colors, but we're now pushing the oranges a little bit too high on the skin, which is making her look like she's been in a fake tan machine for the last 6 hours, and that's obviously not something that we're looking for. So we can come straight back up to the top to the editing tools, and we can play around with this temperature bar just to bring it down just a touch. There you go, there's a little bit more like it, natural skin tone colors, but the red behind from the smoke is still really punchy. Now, one thing I definitely want to do here is I want to emphasise this really nice black long hair, what we've got going on in the model. So if we select a new brush and it's on hair and lashes already, as you can see, I've got quite a lot of presets here that I've made. So we've got things like iris, eye brightener, we've got iris enhancer down here, we've got teeth whitening, we've got hair and lashes, we've got clothing and texture, and so on and so on, dodge and burn. We're going to select the hair and lashes. I'm going to zoom right in on the hair areas that I want to emphasize to really bring out this model's hair. So I'm going to make the brush size bigger and smaller using the brackets tool, and I'm just going to draw over the hair that I want to really emphasize. Now, to see where you've used this brush, if you select O on your keyboard, it will highlight it in red, and you can also then hit O again and it will remove where you've, not remove, but will take away the highlight where you've coloured in the hair on the model. So let's really punch this brush right up and let's keep going on this. Now what I also like to do to emphasise the hair is add a little bit more of an exposure, so you can do that by dodging and burning, and we'll do that in just a minute. Hopefully my Mac can keep up with this. Sometimes runs a bit slow on these really big punchy images. Okay, cool, so I'm just going to hit done now. I'm happy with that, and as you can see, that's really punched out that hair just on the top there already. And now I can see here that the model has got a little bit of she's a little bit cold, so she's got some goosebumps. We're just going to smooth those out. Now, this is one of the brushes that's available in this portrait pack, and it is the skin softening tool. So all we're going to do is we're just going to go over these areas with this brush tool, colouring in, or I say colouring in, but going over all the skin can take some time, especially if you've got a lot of skin showing, and you kind of want to make sure a lot of it is covered, otherwise you can have some inconsistencies on the skin and it could look really unnatural. Got some really unfortunate shadows there from the light. The sun was really harsh on this day, but it's fine. Adds to the drama of the image, I think. Sometimes the brush tools do take a while to catch up. So every now and again, do a little area, let go of the brush, and wait for the magic to happen, and then get going again. Depends how good your Mac is, really. I mean, this Mac's only a couple of years old, but does take its toll sometimes on some of these larger images. Yeah, okay, we'll just hit that real briefly here, just to smooth that out a bit. Now, I'm being really quick for the sake of this video, but you can take a lot more time to make sure that you've got all the edges really nice and neat, and all the skin has been nicely covered with these brushes. So as you see, just takes a while. Still quite patchy, so let's keep going on this as it's quite prominent in the image. All the way down, cover those spots. And I'm just going to do a waistband as well. So just going to come straight in here with the brush tool, boom. Okay, let's zoom back out. Let's hit done on that brush tool. Now, a really good way to see what your image looked like before you added all these changes to it is if you just hit backslash on your keyboard, it should show you before. So there you go, you got before, after. So you can see we've just brought that smoke out just a little bit more, made the hair a little bit more punchy, softened the skin just a touch. I really like that image. I think it's pretty much good to go. Okay guys, here's one of the drone images from Scotland. I think we were climbing Ben Chenevig or something. I can't even pronounce it. Those terms up there in Scotland are crazy. You can correct me in the comments below. So this is a fishing boat, and as you can see, it's got some little birds flying around it while they're doing their fishing. So this is pretty cool, and some mountains in the background. So what we're going to do is we're just going to again play around with some of the presets that are on sale. So this is my standard preset. This is my go-to preset. This is pretty much what is on all of my images. So yeah, I think that looks pretty cool already. I mean, I haven't done anything to it apart from apply the preset. It's just made that see a little bit more punchy. But I think we could probably go a little bit further. So I'm gonna Apple Z that, go back to the standard image, and I'm gonna go with this warm preset. Again, I'm going to turn the grain right down to 0, make everything nice and sharp. Now, everything's really blue and really rich in that image now. I quite like it, but what I want to do is bring back some of the clarity in these mountains. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to my brushes, and I'm going to go to nature and color. Now I'm going to make the brush really small, and I'm just going to go over some of these mountains in the background. Try not to get the water. And then what I'm going to do is, like I said earlier, I'm just going to hit O on the keyboard to remove where I've gone over so I can see what those changes are. And I'm just going to boost the clarity a touch more. Bring down those blacks just a bit more. Might crop it just a touch. So try and bring that back in to the frame. What you could do is you could remove some of these little white spots down here. Not really sure what they are. I'm pretty sure it's not dust on my sensor. It could be birds, could be waves, could be anything. But it is a little bit distracting. Cool, and I think we are pretty much done with that as well. Again, adding the preset can change a whole image, how it feels and looks in just a few seconds, and that's why I find them so valuable. I can batch edit in Lightroom, just apply the setting, the preset across all the images, and then just go through and fine tune each image. It saves me so much time. I hope you guys found this video insightful into Lightroom presets. I'm really proud of the presets that I've produced, and that's why I'm willing to share them with you. So I'll leave a link below where you can find them. I hope you find them useful if you do buy them. They're not very expensive. I'm not trying to bust the bank on this one at all, guys. So yeah, thanks for all the motivational messages and all the love that I've been receiving on Instagram. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already seen the Scotland trip that's on Instagram, you should definitely head over to there and check it out. I'll also leave a link to Jake's Instagram page, who I went to Scotland with. He's an incredible photographer. He has an exceptional eye for detail, and I can't wait to see some of the images he's going to post from Scotland. He's already got some banging content on there already, so you should definitely check him out. And I'll also leave a link to Sam, the model. She is a top class model. I'm hoping to work with her again very soon. We've got a few things in the pipeline that we're working on, so yeah, watch this space, guys. Thanks for stopping by, thanks for watching, take care, catch you later, bye bye.